Dear fellow audience, today I want to talk about a topic that is often overlooked and underappreciated in our society: failure. As human beings, we tend to associate failure with negative emotions like shame, guilt, and disappointment. However, I believe that failure is an essential part of growth, both personally and professionally. Embracing failure means accepting it as a natural part of our journey towards success. It means understanding that every failure is an opportunity to learn, grow, and evolve. In fact, many of the world's most successful individuals have experienced failure numerous times before achieving their goals. Dear beloved friends, I'd be happy to provide some more evidences and examples to support my points. Firstly, in a study conducted by psychologist Carol Dweck, students who were taught to embrace failure and view it as a learning opportunity showed increased academic performance and motivation compared to those who were taught to avoid failure at all costs. Secondly, many successful individuals have experienced failure numerous times before achieving their goals. For example, Steve Jobs was famously fired from his own company, Apple, before eventually returning and leading it to become one of the most successful companies in the world. Similarly, Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job before eventually becoming one of the most influential media personalities of our time. In addition, many of the most groundbreaking innovations and discoveries have come as a result of failure. For example, the discovery of penicillin, one of the most important medical discoveries in history, came about as a result of Alexander Fleming's failed experiments. Ladies and gentlemen, even some more inspiring examples for you. Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Michael Jordan was actually cut from his high school basketball team as a sophomore. Instead of giving up, he used that failure as motivation to work even harder and eventually went on to win 6 NBA championships and numerous other accolades. James Dyson, the inventor and entrepreneur James Dyson, famously created over 5,000 prototypes of his now iconic vacuum cleaner before finally finding success. His persistence and willingness to embrace failure eventually led him to become one of the most successful inventors of our time. Colonel Sanders is the founder of KFC. Colonel Sanders faced numerous rejections before finally finding a restaurant that was willing to serve his fried chicken. His recipe was rejected over 1,000 times before he finally found success, proving that persistence and the willingness to embrace failure are key ingredients to achieving success. So, how can we embrace failure in our lives? Firstly, we must shift our perspective and start viewing failure as a teacher, not an enemy. We must understand that failure is not a reflection of our self-worth, but rather an opportunity for growth. Secondly, we must be willing to take risks and step outside of our comfort zones. Failure often arises when we try something new and unfamiliar, but it is through these experiences that we can learn and grow the most. Finally, we must not be afraid to ask for help and support when we need it. Seeking the advice of others who have experienced failure before can help us navigate our own failures with more grace and resilience. Dear beloved audiences, here are a few more quotes that highlight the importance of embracing failure. There is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure. Paulo Coelho. Failure is an event, not a person. Yesterday ended last night. Zig Ziglar. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case, you fail by default. J.K. Rowling. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Winston Churchill. Failure should be our teacher, not our undertaker. Failure is delay, not defeat. It is a temporary detour, not a dead end. Dennis Waitley. Success is not how high you have climbed, but how you make a positive difference to the world. Roy T. Bennett. Failure is the key to success. Each mistake teaches us something. Morihei Ueshiba. You build on failure. You use it as a stepping stone. Close the door on the past. You don't try to forget the mistakes, but you don't dwell on it. You don't let it have any of your energy, or any of your time, or any of your space. Johnny Cash. Finally, embracing failure is not an easy task, but it is a necessary one. Let us embrace failure with open arms, learn from our mistakes, and continue moving forward on our journey towards success. Thank you for listening and help us to subscribe this channel. Please like, share, and comments in this video for inspiring us. Thank you.